Right. Let's get started. Just settle in. Close your eyes. And really focus in on your breath. The theme for today's practice is pause. So, this crazy time of year, I want you to remember that you need to pause and get quiet. Just focus in on yourself. So, as you focus in on your breathing, I want you to, in particular, notice the pauses at the top of your inhale and at the bottom of your exhale. I want you to play a little bit with extending that pause out for a few more seconds. So maybe, I don't know, to play with it 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds before you exhale and before you inhale. Just breathe that way for a few rounds. Now letting go of that focus, just allow your breath to be normal and just notice that you couldn't really think of anything else when you were doing that. So it brings you to the present, allows you that pause in your day. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all remember to care for ourselves, to give ourselves pauses so that we are sure to notice the beauty and the grace surrounding us. And please lower your hands, but keeping your eyes closed, focus in on your spine and the back of your neck and lengthen up. And then just tuck your chin, keeping that long back of neck, and allow your head to drop forward a little bit. And then slowly roll your head to the right side. Don't force it, just allow gravity to kind of take it there. So your right ear's closer to your right shoulder. And then roll back through the center with your head dropped and over the left side. Just do that on your own 2 more times, just kind of rolling right and left. Feeling the tightness, allowing it to lengthen out. And linger where you feel like, oh, there's a tight spot. I need to stay there and allow gravity to just help me. And then roll back to center. And keeping the chin tucked in the long back of neck, lift your head back up and open your eyes and stretch your arms up. And just bring your right hand to the middle of your shoulder blades or the upper neck. And just grab a hold with your left hand. Little tricep stretch. And then switch. The left hand in the middle, right hand to the elbow. Keeping hollow armpits, just feel that tricep stretch. Good, stretch both arms up again. And now grab elbows or wrists, whatever works. And then just kind of twist side to side, very gently. Just kind of noticing, we're going to work on shoulders and arms today. So this is the start of it. And you feel this in your shoulders more than anything. Good. And then come back to center and bring your arms out to the side and just make a fist with your hands. So your palms are kind of facing up, and then just bend your wrists and then bend the elbows like you're making Popeye arms. Show me your muscles. Oh, big stretch in the wrist. And then stretch them back out. And go down with your wrists if you can. It feels hard. And then just do that again. Start with the hands, elbows, make muscles, stay tall, and stretch them back out. Turn the wrist down. And last time, stretch them up. Bend your elbows. And now release your hands. Just feel like you're stretching your fingers back out. And then just notice, do I have a long side body? Draw the shoulder blades, head of the arm bones back, shoulder blades on the back, and then just open your arms. Big stretch across your breastbone and your upper back. Good. And then go the opposite direction. So as you bring the forearms together, tuck your chin and think, I'm just rounding the upper back a little bit to stretch those shoulder blades apart. And then just do that again. So open up, think, lift heart. Maybe the shoulder blades come together. You broaden your clavicles. And then back together, round and tuck. Good. And then release and just kind of stretch your wrists. So I like to point the fingers down, just stretch it this way and then back. Just be gentle. Remember, got to go easy on yourself. Do that both wrists. And then just shake them out. And then bring your arms back up to the bent elbows in front position. And now you're just going to stack your right elbow on top of your left. Now, if that doesn't work, if that won't go, you can just bring them side by side. But when you do, maybe you can just hug your shoulders, bring the backs of your hands together, or if you're open enough, you can bring the palms together. You're going to feel a big stretch in your upper back. Just notice that. Broaden your clavicles. You'll feel a stretch in the back. Feels like your shoulders are rounded a bit. Good. And then unwind and switch. Sometimes that feels totally different the opposite way. I always try and kind of press my arms into each other. It feels really good. Big stretch. Good. And then unwind. And go ahead and come on up to standing. And stretch your arms up and make that little frame of your head stand tall through your feet and legs, and just arc to your right. And just stay there now and think, I want my shoulders and my hips square to the front, and maybe extend the top arm. So the left arm, arc a little more, you'll feel a little bit deeper stretch. Good, and then come on back up and switch. Hollow armpits are sexy armpits, remember that. Maybe stretch the right arm straight. And come on back up. And stretch your arms up. And go ahead and come down to a forward fold. And I'm going to leave you here for a few minutes. I just want you to explore, see what's happening this morning. You can bend one knee and the other. If you can, even here, grab your elbows and then just twist a little bit to the right and the left, is turning your upper body. You'll feel it in your shoulders. Good, and then pause back at the center. And very, very slowly, I want you to go one vertebra at a time, thinking start at the tail and just round all the way up to standing. Oh, good. Now grab your blocks. Looks like I have two pairs here. And bring them up to the front of your mat. Just stand with the blocks on either side of your feet. And inhale, stretch up. And exhale, fold forward again. Actually, just set your blocks forward for a moment and have you step back to the downward facing dog without the blocks. And just walk out your dogs. I want you to notice your shoulders. Feel the hollow armpits, the clavicle broadening, the weight distributed on your hands. I don't know, it feels much more solid to me after those stretches we did. And go ahead and take a child's pose. Check in with your knees, your hips. Let your arms rest. A little pause in the action. It doesn't mean you should not let your thoughts turn to other things. Just see how it feels. Good. Come on up to all fours. And just real quick, a few cow, cat poses. Good. And then pause. Stretch your feet long, your knees are hip width, and just walk your hands back. Give yourself a little bit more of a quad stretch. Put on your heels. Press your toes down. And then come on back forward to all fours and extend your right leg. Engage the core, rib cage back. Extend the left arm. Now, if you're feeling stable and you want to try something fun, bend the right knee and reach that left hand back. See if you can find the foot or the ankle and then kick it back. Feel the stretch on your left shoulder. Your right shoulder stays strong, big quad stretch. Good. Release, extend the arm and the leg. And bring them down. Good. Extend the left leg. You don't have to do that stretch part if you don't want to. I always like to point and flex my foot a few times just to feel I'm ready. Good. Bend the knee when if you want, you could just bend the knee if that's all you want to do, or try and find the foot, kick it back. Big stretch in the right shoulder, left quads. Good. Release. Extend the arm and the leg. And come on down. Bring your hands forward of your shoulders. Curl the toes downward, facing doggy. Notice your shoulder girdle and your neck position and how it all feels. Does it feel supported and strong? If not, adjust. And then come forward to plank pose. Run the clavicles, feel like you're really strong, and then go ahead and lower down to the mat. Stretch your feet long, and I'm just going to have you lift a cobra 3 times, but think of it from your shoulders perspective. So think long side body, draw the head of the arm bone back. So engage those muscles on the back, broaden the clavicles, and lift. And then on the exhale, lower back down. Just want you to feel super stable in the shoulders and really supported as you lift again your breath and lower down. Last time. And lower. Curl the toes. Push up and back. Downward facing dog. And step your feet up to your hands. Now you can grab your blocks if you want to use them. I'm going to put mine on the lower level. And step your right foot back to deep lunge. Lift and lower the heel a few times, just stretching it out. And keep your right hand on the block. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. I think left hip crease stays back. I'm just going to twist. And I want you to just think of it from your shoulders. So do you still have that shoulder connection? And if you do, maybe extend the arm, left shoulder stacked on right. You have hollow armpits, broadening of the clavicles. Good. Reach that hand down, touch the block, and step back. Downward dog. When you switched, what happened with your shoulders? I want you to just really be uber aware of your shoulders today. Extend your right leg and step it through. Deep lunge. Lift and lower the heel a few times. Stretch out your toes. Left hand stays on the block, right hand to the hip. I like to think, hip crease back and then twist in your upper body and shoulders. And when you feel super strong, go ahead and extend the arm. Broaden the clavicles. Try not to get too funky with your neck. Just feel really stable. And then reach down, touch the blocks, and step back. Downward facing dog. Then the left leg and step it through. Deep lunge. Go ahead and lower your back knee. Same thing we just did, only it's a little deeper. Hug heel to knee, knee to heel. Left hand to the thigh. Little twist. It's harder to get the shoulders twisted around. Maybe extend the arm. One more breath. And reach down, touch the block. Lift the back knee, step back, down dog. Then the right leg, step it through, deep lunge. Lower the back knee. Hug to the midline, feel super stable, hips square. And then maybe sweep the right arm up. Just noticing in your shoulders what's happening here. Good. One more breath. And please touch down. Good. Lift the back knee, step back. Downward facing dog. Extend the left leg and step it through. Deep lunge. And this time just step your right foot forward. Come to a forward fold. Pranam with your breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, we're getting warm now. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And step back to a downward facing dog. Set your blocks off to the side. And then step your feet forward 1 foot width. You might have to bend your knees here. I have really open hamstrings, so I can keep mine straight, but a lot of people can't. So you're in a very short down dog. It feels like a lot of weight more in your feet than in your hands. And we're thinking of shoulders. So reach your left hand to your outer right shin. And then think, I'm going to keep the right armpit hollow. I'm just going to pull myself under a little bit to keep the shoulder girdle strong, but to feel a twist there. Twisted downward facing dog. Pavrita Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Unwind. Reconnect. That left hand. Feel like, okay, I've got my shoulder. My rib cage is back. My shoulders are nice and stable. Reach the right hand across to the left outer shin. Keep the connection as you maybe twist underneath. And unwind. Step your feet back again to regular down dog. And then inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. This time, just push back all the way to a child's pose. Let your hands and arms relax for a moment. Give yourself a little pause. And then come on back up to all fours. Grab your blocks, whatever I like. Make sure there's a little room on the outside of your mat because we're going to do some stepping. So come to downward facing dog. Extend your left leg and step it to the outside of the left block. Good. Now, step your right foot forward enough that you can ground the heel down. Your toes turn out about 30 degrees. The left knee stays bent and pointing straight ahead. And you can do this with or without the blocks. I'm going to do it without because I've, like I said, got open hamstrings. I'm just going to walk my hands kind of the same direction as my back toes are pointing and walk my hands out for a down dog lunge. I keep thinking really strong through the feet. That's where the weight is, just like it felt in that short down dog. But you can feel your shoulders stretching, hollow armpits, broad clavicles. Good, now walk your hands back and blocks back in if you're on the blocks. Bring your hands to your front thigh and lift up to standing. So you're still kind of in this warrior one position. Think long side body, head of the arm bones back. Maybe reach back behind and interlace your hands if you can. You don't have to do it this way, but I want you to stay strong in your feet and fold in that same direction you were just in. See if you can stay strong in your feet, bring your arms overhead. Good. Release your hands. Walk the blocks back, turn the back heel up, step it back. And step back, downward facing dog. And we'll do that on the other side. So extend the right leg. Step it to the outside of the right block. Step the left foot forward enough you can ground the heel down. Right knee stays bent. And then walk your hands to the left front corner. Down dog lunge. Broaden your clavicles. Feel the hollow armpits. Good. Walk your hands in and see if you can find balance enough to come up to standing. And you're just facing that front corner, long side body, head of the arm goes back, interlace the hands possibly. And this part you don't have to do, it's only if you're feeling stable. Fold forward. Allow the arms to come over top. Release your hands. Walk them back. Turn the back heel up. Step it back. So you're in deep lunge. And step back. Downward facing dog. And then just walk your feet forward. Your blocks, in between the blocks. Inhale. Pranam. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Sweep and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And just pause here. Close your eyes for a moment. Couple breaths. Good. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step your left foot back to deep lunge. Ground it down this time. And come up to warrior two. I want you to notice your shoulders, really strong shoulder girdle. And then you're just going to bring your arms in and stack your right elbow on top of your left. And you can just hug or wherever it works for you. Stay super strong and just angle back towards your left foot with your torso. So it feels like a reverse warrior, but you're really stretching your shoulders. You feel a big stretch in your right side. Good. Come on back up. Stretch your arms out. Oh, that feels good, right? And windmill down. Turn the back heel up. Step forward and switch. Left or right foot back. Ground it down. Warrior two. Bend the elbows. Stack the left elbow on top of the right. Just check your shoulder girdle. Make sure you're strong through your feet. And reverse warrior, but with your arms in this position. Feels way different. Good. Come on back up. Stretch the arms. And windmill down. This time step back, downward facing dog. Extend the right leg and step it through to a deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Try keeping the right hand on the block. Bring your left hand to your hip. So we're going to do Parsvakonasana. If you need to bring it to the higher height, do. Think long side body, both sides, even that right side. Think long side body, and then just open to the left with your shoulders, your torso. And if it feels like your left shoulder is stacked on top of your right, extend the left arm. Beautiful. Feel your right knee and right arm connected. Parsvakonasana. Good. One more breath. Reach down, touch the block. Turn the back heel up, step back, down dog. We're going to do that on the other side. So extend the left leg, step it through, round the back foot down. When you're ready, right hand to the hip, working with the shoulders, long side body, head of the arm bones back, hollow armpits, broaden the clavicles, broaden the shoulders apart, maybe extend the arm. And breathe. Good, reach down, touch the block, turn the back heel up, step back, downward facing dog. Bring the blocks closer together and step the right foot, maybe even the right block, even further towards the left. So you can step the right foot forward, but it's kind of even with your sits bone. Ground the back foot down. Now, this is going to feel different. Your left hand comes to your hip again. Feel your right elbow and knee kind of supporting each other. Extend the left arm. This is an experiment for you guys. Bend, so turn the left hand so it's facing the back wall, and then bend the elbow and bring it kind of by your back or your buns, wherever it works. Now, if you want to stay strong in your feet, lift your left hand up and see if you can find the right hand with it. Oh, it's a bind. Broaden your shoulders apart. That's it. Nice, you guys. And release. Bring the hand down. Bring the left one up and over. Turn the back heel up, step back. You're going to have to adjust your blocks. I think it's nice to start with that little lift with your blocks. So extend the left leg, step it to the outside of the left block. Just make sure your heel, your knee, and your sits bone are in alignment. Ground the right foot down. Left hand stays on the block. Right hand to the hip. I want you to feel super engaged and strong before you extend that right arm. Feel how strong you are in the shoulder girdle. Turn the right hand so to face back, the palm. Bend the elbow and just see where your hand goes. Maybe it's your low back, that's fine. Maybe it's your bun, maybe it's your thigh. And then if you want to try that bind, just see, maybe it's there, maybe not. Think long, keep the shoulder engagement. And unwind. Good. Step back, downward facing dog. And step your feet up between the blocks. And just bring your blocks forward out of the way. Turn the toes out. Come down to a deep squat. Hopefully this is going to feel really good. And very gracefully sit down. I could have stayed like that all day today. Scooch back a little bit so that you're kind of in the middle of your mat. Stretch your legs out long and inner spiral your legs. I don't have to tell you guys how to do that. Bend your right knee. Bring the right ankle across the left thigh. You can just work that hip a little bit. It's pretty open because whether you realize it or not, those standing poses are hip openers as well. Good. And now just bring your, pick your foot up, bring it across so that you stack knee on top of knee. And think, I want to just open that hip a little more. Now your right elbow is going to be underneath your left. And stack them just like we've been doing. You can hug back to the hands or wrap. Just adjust. So think long side body, both sides. And just, if you hug your elbows together, you'll feel that broadening. And then just very slowly keep that length as you maybe round elbow down to knee. Gomukhasana. Good. And come on back up. Unwind your elbows. We're going to try one more thing. So turn your right palm back, bend the elbow and kind of bring it up your back. Keep that long side body. Bring your other one up, bend the elbow. See, maybe your hands will find each other, maybe not. Maybe you just kind of feel that big stretch. Turn this way so you can see my. Good, unwind and stretch your legs out long. Ooh, how'd that feel? Okay. Yeah, it's a deep stretch. So just make a few circles and we'll go for the other side. So bend the left knee, cross the ankle first, just to kind of see how that hip's doing. And then bring it across. So knee stacked on knee. Left elbow is underneath right. Sit up nice and tall. And maybe fold if you want. You don't have to if it feels deep enough without doing that. And you don't need to. Mostly want you to feel a rounding in your upper back. Good. Come on up. Bring your arms out. Now it's your left arm. Turn the palm back. Bend it in. One side always works better than the other. Right arm up. See, maybe the hands meet, maybe not. It's okay if it doesn't. Think rib cage back. Nice and tall. Good. Unwind. Oh, stretch the legs long. Bend the knees. Grab your shins and just roll back and up a few times just because I want you to have more fun. And then come on down. Bring your feet right under the knees, arms in cactus. Now, again, from the perspective of your shoulders, I want you to just feel like, okay, I've really got the shoulder blades flat on the back. Maybe you'll feel your rib cage engage more to get that. Broaden your clavicles. I'll try and keep that just the same as you lift your feet up, hug your knees and your feet together. And slowly roll the knees to the right, just to a place where you can keep the left shoulder blade down. It's a lot of work. You can feel that. Good. Come back to center and go to the other side. Right shoulder blade stays down just far enough. You're hugging your knees, your feet together so you can keep that connection with the floor. Come on back to center and give your knees a hug. And then grab the kneecaps, bring the knees wide and push them away from you. And just release to the floor so your feet are in that wide position. Arms come back to cactus. And just do a few windshield wipers. Left and right. Just a few times. The next time you feel evened out and your knees are up, just bring the feet right under the knees, hands down by your hips. And again, just think of your shoulders. So you have the long side body, your shoulder blades are flat on the ground, your arms are supporting you and hands. Rib cage is engaged. Just press into your feet and lift up to Setu Bandha, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. If you want to, you can interlace your hands under there. I always have to roll side to side to get a little bit more underneath. It's like a really nice shoulder stretch here too. Lift your heart a little bit more. Good. And then release your hands, release your tail to the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open for butterfly. I like to bring my hands on my belly. I really able to feel the breath moving in and out again. You don't have to though, whatever feels good to you. And then go ahead, bring the knees up and stretch out for Shavasana. Really being attentive to your breath. Allow yourself to just sink into the floor, almost as if the earth was giving you a little hug. And notice those sweet little pauses at the top of your breath when it turns around, and at the bottom of your breath when it turns around there. Pauses are just so important. Help you stay present. Be with who you're with, even if it's just yourself. Present with what you're doing, where you are. as you continue to relax in Shavasana, which is a really nice pause to use whenever you're needing it. Just wanted to share a reading from Julia Cameron's Book of Blessings. I accept the gift of my vulnerability. I am willing to be vulnerable to love. I'm willing to reveal myself in all of my human beauty and frailty. I am willing to be as I am, both perfect and a work in progress. I'm willing to be unfinished, unpolished, in a state of change. I'm willing to accept myself as I am, and I'm willing to allow others to see me as I am. I'm willing to be unveiled and undefended. I'm willing to be seen and understood. I'm willing to view myself and others with compassion. I'm willing to view myself and others non-judgmentally. I'm willing to be the human being, complete in myself without the need for accomplishment to justify my worth. Blessing myself just as I am, and lovingly open to all that I can be. Now reconnecting with your breath. And slowly look back. And when you're ready to move more, plug your knees in, pull to the side and push on up, seated. And bring hands to heart center. Thank you for this little pause. I appreciate you being here. Namaste. Bye, Susan.
Thanks, Lisa. Appreciate it.